Club versus country. What would you decide? Hi, I am Nick Webster, realfootytalk.com. Brendan Rodgers has recently slated his star striker Daniel Sturridge for playing for England while carrying a knock and not being fit for his club side in the Merseyside derby, where Sturridge actually made a sub-appearance, scoring a dramatic equaliser in the 89th minute. But Rodgers desperately unhappy that Sturridge had the audacity to want to play for his national team. Sturridge, meanwhile, saying that if Roy Hodgson picks him, he's going to play because he feels like it's an honour to play for his national team. And we've had this conversation now for probably the last 20 years, with managers picking and choosing players not to play for their national teams. I mean, Sir Alex Ferguson was the king of that, especially with Ryan Giggs. All of a sudden, before an international midweek game, Giggsy would mysteriously pick up a tight hammy and not be available for Wales. Well, Sturridge, he had a slight knock on his thigh, but he decided that he wanted to be available for his national team, and that's what Rodgers is really unhappy about. Now, you can obviously see both sides to the coin. You know, who's paying the wages? Liverpool's paying the wages, and if Sturridge further aggravates that injury, who suffers? Liverpool suffer again. However, when you're buying top quality players, guess what top quality players do? Guess what kind of honour top quality players have? That's right, they get picked for their national team. You don't have any donkeys playing for the national team, you have the best of the best. And for every player in the game, every player that I've ever spoken to, playing for their national team is the biggest honour. And playing for your national team at the World Cup is the ultimate goal. You can win the Premier League, the FA Cup, you can win the Champions League. But every player wants to play on the biggest stage. And the biggest stage is the World Cup finals that happens once every 4 years. Daniel Sturridge is in a fight to make the 23 that will go to Brazil. He wants to do anything he can to impress his current boss, Roy Hodgson. But I know there isn't a plethora of strikers slamming down the door for Hodgson right now. Sturridge, pretty much, if he stays injury-free, keeps scoring the occasional goal, he should be guaranteed a place on the team. But I really admire Daniel Sturridge and the way he's stood up to his manager and the club and said, listen, I'm an England international. I want to represent my team. I want to play for my team. And the thing is, every professional will tell you, you're always hurt at football. You're always carrying a strain, a little niggle, a knock, a bruise. There's always something going on. You're never 100% fit. So Brendan Rodgers, gotta say, very, very disappointed with you. How about supporting your striker who came on and scored the dramatic equaliser? Yeah, you know what? Maybe if he'd been on the pitch earlier, Liverpool wouldn't have been in the problems they found themselves in against Everton. But then, we don't know that, do we? So, say this to all the club managers out there. If your player who you've signed, or you're mentoring, or you're coaching, or you're managing is an international player, then respect that. That's what the fans want to see. They want to see top players, not donkeys. Club versus country. I know that when you're supporting your club, you want the best for your club, and sometimes the country doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, if you're from a particular country and your country wins the World Cup, you'd be delighted to have your players on the national team. Love to know what you think. Drop me a line, Facebook/RealFootyTalk. At Nick Webster, you can tweet me. Or go visit my new site, realfootytalk.com. I'll see you tomorrow.